Sometimes, the biggest problem in your life is not failure. It is delay. You know what to do, but you don't do it. You think, you plan, you promise yourself, tomorrow I will start. But tomorrow never comes. This is the story of a boy who was slowly destroying his own life, without even realizing it. His name was Ryan. Ryan was not a bad person. He was smart. He had dreams. He had energy, but he had one problem. He never took action. Every morning, his alarm would ring. He would open his eyes, look at the time, and then close them again. 5 more minutes. Those 5 minutes turned into 2 hours. And just like that, his day was gone. He had plans. He wanted to get fit. He wanted to earn money. He wanted to build something. But wanting is easy. Doing is hard. Ryan spent most of his time on his phone, scrolling, watching, comparing. He watched other people succeed and told himself, one day, I will also do something big. But deep inside, he knew the truth. He was lying to himself. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Nothing changed. One evening, Ryan sat alone in his room. Lights off. Phone in his hand. Silence all around him. And suddenly, a thought hit him. What am I doing with my life? He looked around. Same room. Same habits. Same excuses. Nothing was different. And that scared him. Not failure, but staying the same. That night, for the first time, he couldn't sleep. Not because he had problems, but because he had no direction. And that feeling was heavier than anything. The next day, Ryan went outside. He didn't know why. He just wanted to escape his thoughts. He walked, without direction, until he reached a quiet park. Green grass, cool wind, silence. He sat down, and for the first time in a long time, he wasn't distracted. No phone, no noise, just his thoughts. And then, he noticed someone, an old man, sitting on a chair nearby, calm, still, watching the world, like he understood something others didn't. After a few minutes, the old man spoke. You look lost. Ryan was surprised. He didn't reply. The old man smiled. Not outside, inside. Ryan looked down. He felt exposed. How do you know? He asked. The old man said, because I was you many years ago. That sentence hit deep. Ryan moved closer. Then what changed? He asked. The old man looked straight into his eyes and said, I got tired of my own excuses. Silence. Ryan didn't speak. The old man continued. Listen carefully. Your life is not hard. Your habits are. Ryan felt something shift inside him. The old man pointed at the ground. Every day you are planting something, either discipline or regret. Ryan swallowed. His heart was beating faster now. But I don't feel motivated, Ryan said softly. The old man smiled again. Motivation is useless. Ryan looked confused. The old man leaned forward slightly and said something that Ryan would never forget. Action comes first. Motivation comes later. That moment, everything became clear. Ryan realized he had been waiting for a feeling that was never supposed to come first. He stood up slowly. Something inside him had changed. Not fully, but enough. Enough to take the first step. And that is where most people fail. They never take the first step. The next morning, the alarm rang again. Same time, same sound, same choice. Ryan opened his eyes. His body said, sleep. His mind said, start tomorrow. But then, he remembered the old man's words. Action comes first. He sat up, slowly. It wasn't easy. It wasn't powerful. It was uncomfortable. But it was different. And different is where change begins. That day, Ryan didn't do something big. He didn't change his entire life. He just did one thing. He went for a run. It was short. It was slow. But it was real. The next day, he did it again and again. Some days were easy. Most days were hard. There were days he wanted to quit. Days he almost gave up. But now, he understood something important. Discipline is not about feeling strong. It is about doing things, even when you feel weak. Weeks passed, then months, and slowly, his life started to change. Not suddenly, not magically, but steadily. His body changed. His mind became clearer. His confidence grew. But the biggest change was inside. He was no longer the person who waits. He became the person who acts. One day, he went back to the same park, same grass, same silence. But this time, he was different. The old man was there, sitting on the chair, calm as always. Ryan walked up to him and said, "You were right." The old man smiled. "No, you were ready." Ryan looked at the ground, then back at the old man. "What if I stop again?" he asked. The old man replied, "You will. Everyone does." Ryan felt confused again. "But the difference is," the old man continued, "now you know how to start again." That was it. That was the real power. Not perfection, not motivation, but the ability to begin again. Ryan smiled, because now he understood. The real enemy was never outside. It was inside his head. And for the first time, he was no longer controlled by it. He was in control. And you, listening to this right now, you have the same choice. You can wait, or you can act. But remember this, your life will not change until you do. So start. Not tomorrow, not later, now. If this story touched you, like, share, and subscribe for more stories.